Yeah, good day. Good day, all. So, how are you? Hope the days are very fine for you. And I come back with another story. This time, I'm just going to narrate a story that I studied when I was in class 3, a translation in my mother tongue. And the story was so good that I read the original probably when I was in 8th standard or 9th standard. It's a Russian short story. When you talk of Russian short stories, you cannot forget the name of Leo Tolstoy. Now, the title of the story is How Much Land Does a Man Need? How much land? That's a philosophical question, right? It's not a very short story, it takes a bit of time for you to read. I make it very short, editing quite a number of details. The story is about a poor, hard-working, sincere farmer called Paho. Hard-working men need to be always successful, right? That's poetic justice. Somebody works hard, he wins. Naturally, it's poetic justice. Let's see what happens here. The story begins with a conversation between two sisters, one from the town and Pahom's wife, the younger sister. And they are comparing the life in her city and life in her village. And both of them, they say their life is far, far better. And after the conversation gets over, the elder one, who comes from the town, she leaves. And Pahom, who was listening to the conversation, he thought, yeah, our life is good in a village. Only thing is, if only I had some land of my own, it would be nice. I would challenge even the devil if I have some land. Sadly, a devil overheard what Pahom said. Oh, you are going to challenge me? I'll give you land. And let's see whether you challenge me. And an opportunity comes for him to buy a piece of land. Of course, he sells all his property, buys on loan, and then gets a piece of land. He's a hard worker, I told you. So within no time, within 1 year, he was able to clear off all his debts. Debt means loan. He was able to settle all that. And he was happy. And in the meantime, when it was New Year, his neighbor came from another state with all wealth. He was telling, yeah, we are working very hard out here in our village. In that state, it is not the case. You get a bit cheaper also land. And for all the work that we do, we'll be able to become richer. So there is a temptation for the peasant. So he tells his wife, go woman, let's go to that state. And he sells his land, his property in this village, takes his family over to the neighboring state, travels all the way, and buys some land there, and he works. Again, remember, he's a hard worker, gets a lot of money, and gets a lot richer than what he was. At that time, another neighbor of his, who comes from very, very north of Russia, and says, the land is very fertile there. Fertile means rich soil. You get a lot of yield. Here we do a lot of work, we get a little. There, If you work this much, the yield will be so much. You can have a number of crops. Is it? Okay. Because it's very, very far away, he tells his wife, all right, you be here with the family. I will go work there and come back. And he goes over there to north of Russia. And as per the advice given by his friend, he buys a lot many gifts for the village head there, for the villagers there. He buys a lot many gifts, goes and gives them, and then says he has come from down south, and that he wants to buy land. And those villagers also, they were very happy. They thought, good, this man has given a lot of gift, we'll help him out. So saying, said, okay, how many days land do you require? Then he doesn't understand. What do you mean by how many days of land? I've heard of acres of land, hectares of land. What do you mean by days of land? He asks. Then the village head explains to him, here, in the morning, you start running. You go a complete circle. By sunset, you must come back to the place where you have begun. Whatever area you have been able to cover during the day, that land is called one day land. Morning sunrise to evening sunset. That will be your land. For that you have to give this much. He's very happy. And he gives whatever money he had brought. He says, okay, I'll buy a day's land. But he tells very clearly, the villager, remember, if you don't touch the starting point by sunset, you will not get even a piece of land. You have to give all the money and you have to go away. He says, okay. The next morning, sunrise, the villagers are standing there and he begins to run. He runs and runs and runs and runs. Doesn't have his breakfast. It's almost noon. Doesn't even drink water. It's quite hot and he doesn't even drink water. He continues to run. If I sit for some time, some land I may be missing out. So I should not sit. He runs. And then he thinks, all right, it's past noon, let me begin the return run, complete the circle. But temptation, no, yeah, a little more, let me run. He runs a little more, little more, little more. And then he's tired, but still he continues to run. Runs fast, runs fast, runs faster. It's going to be almost sunset. He's panting. Panting means gasping for breath. Throat is dry. Sweating. But still, he continues to run. And his sun is about to set. And villagers are shouting, come on, fast, fast. You have to come. You have to touch, otherwise you will lose everything. The thought of loss. The thought of loss, that really disturbs him. And therefore he runs faster and faster. And when he reaches the starting point, he falls down. And the sun sets. And the villagers try to wake him up only to find that Pahom is now dead. But he has got such a huge land. Now villagers say, this land is his. Now here we'll bury him. So his neighbor, the neighbors of that village, they dig a pit of 6 feet. And there he is buried. How much land does a man require? How much land does a man need? 6 feet land. The devil ultimately was successful in tempting him for more and more of that land, gave him all that, but ultimately made him realize that what belongs to him is only 6 feet land. Fine. Thank you. We'll meet next week.